Welcome back, y'all. We are 37 days away from the 2022 midterms, and we have some new numbers coming in regarding what is on voters' minds. A new NBC News Telemundo poll of Latino voters is out today, and it found that 54% of respondents want Democrats to keep control of Congress, while 33% want to give Republicans a shot at the gavel. And then you have 13% who just aren't so sure. That 13%? They're going to be crucial in determining who's making the laws that govern your life next year. But they are persuadable. And I would argue so are the folks that want Democrats to keep the gavel. And earning these votes is going to be key, and it's going to be expensive. Campaigns have already spent a combined $6.4 billion with the B on ads so far, with more than $50 million spent in the past 30 days alone, according to nonpartisan data tracker Ad Impact. That's one of the most expensive cycles in American history. Here to unpack this all is our political panel today. Quentin James is the president of the Collective PAC, and Yvonne Gutierrez is the managing director of the Latino Victory Fund. Welcome to you, friends. Okay, I can't think of two better people to have this conversation with. Quentin, let's start with you. Republicans, they made it rain with September ad blitzes for candidates in Pennsylvania and in Wisconsin. Democratic campaigns, they really need to be putting dollars towards countering Republican ads in targeted ways. That means finding out where their Republican opponents are most vulnerable, finding out what attacks are that are being lobbed against them are sticking, and then hitting back and addressing it. Do you think that Democratic candidates and campaigns are meeting this moment?
Simone, thank you so much for having me. I do think campaigns are ready for this moment, and we're going to start seeing that. I think October 1 is kind of a point of change in campaigns, and so we're going to start seeing more of that. But I will say, I think, what we hear around the country on the ground is that people really like when they see Democrats fighting. They want to see more aggressive advertising. They want to see more aggressive messaging. And so I think we're going to start to see that over the next 4 weeks as we head to the midterm elections.
All right. Well, I will be paying attention. It takes money to get more aggressive. And in North Carolina, especially, Republicans spent $4 million more than Democrats in the last month. But maybe that's going to change in October. Yvonne, we've got this new NBC News Telemundo poll out today of Latino voters. And we're going to put it up on the screen for folks. But 23%, we don't have it on the screen, so let me read it for you. 23% of folks in the poll said the cost of living was their top concern. The second top concern for 20% said the threat to democracy. 17% of folks polled said jobs and the economy. Ooh, okay, Latino voters care about jobs, the economy, democracy, same things other voters, white voters care about. Far more respondents trust that Democrats are going to protect democracy more than Republicans. But the numbers really start to narrow when we look at the cost of living. And more Latino voters actually think Republicans do a better job than Democrats at dealing with the economy. What do you think is going on here? Do you think Democrats are touting their economic record enough?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Simone. One thing that I want to lift, 32 million Latinos eligible to vote in this country. Second largest voting bloc. This is huge. Latinos will determine elections. And I think I'm so glad that you got into the crosstabs of this poll, because I, nerd myself, did as well. But I was, really striking to me, obviously, cost of living. I mean, this is a no-brainer. We know this. We know cost of living. We know the economy. Latino voters are persuasion voters.
Yes.
They are like all Americans who are concerned about their pocketbooks. And I think that, to Quentin's point, it's important that we talk as Democrats about how we are going to fight and deliver, and also in the poll, clearly that Latinos feel that Democrats more align with their values. So if we talk about the values, if we talk about the way that we are going to fight and deliver and have, this is really going to be critical in this election. I also thought it was really striking around the democracy piece and the threats to democracy, because we know that we have Trump enthusiasts, election deniers, running for secretaries of state. And it is critical that we are also lifting that messaging as well, and that and then Democrats stand with these values.
I want to stick on this point because, Quentin, poll after poll has actually shown that most Americans think the country is headed in the wrong direction. I think that's a reflection of how people feel. I mean, I think the fact that, as Yvonne just said, election deniers on the ballot from Secretary of State to the governor's office, it concerns me. How can Democrats convince voters that they are the ones to bring it back on track, especially when they already narrowly control Congress as we speak?
Listen, I think it's a really great point and something that we're very concerned about. But at the same time, Joe Biden has delivered huge progressive wins for this country. And so we have to kind of go out and tout, student loan reform. We have to tout healthcare reform and giving more access. We have to tout, the Inflation Reduction Act and everything that will do for our economy. Now, the trick is, will folks feel that, right, by the time that we get to the November elections versus will it come next, January, February? But I think there is a real good story to tell, but we have to get on the megaphones and get on the airwaves more aggressively. And so if there are donors out there, there are other folks out there, you need to kind of think about, do you hear the Democratic messaging enough? And if you don't, it's really kind of in your control to make sure that we have the resources to really deliver the message to voters before November.
They're telling me we have to go, but I want to get into this quick point about persuadable voters. I think that Quentin would agree with me when I say that Black voters are persuadable voters. I think you agree when I say Latino voters are persuadable voters. Do you think, Yvonne, very quick from you, that Democrats are treating Latino voters as persuadable voters?
Yes and no. I think sometimes we see it strong, we see it clear. Sometimes we can be doing a better job. We need to do a better job all the time.
All right, Quentin, very quickly, yay or nay, Black folks persuadable voters?
Of course. We're seeing it right now, really important in Georgia and other states. We have to persuade African Americans to get out and vote this November.
All right, Quentin James of the Collective PAC, Yvonne Gutierrez of the Latino Victory Fund. Thank you, my friends.